Okay guys, yes, welcome to Sunday night. This is the Assetto Corsa League. It should be... Yep, sorry about that, I was just testing the stream. Welcome to Sunday night. It is the Assetto Corsa Competizione. It is the Eldar Racing League that is doing this championship. We are here at the Hungaroring over in Hungary, just outside of Budapest. For round 2 of the Eldar GT3 Assetto Corsa League. It should be mega exciting. We're just in qualifying. I'll quickly go through the points and then we'll go through what is happening within qualifying, and we will see what is happening during the race as well this evening. It is an hour-long qualification session, and then it is a 50-minute endurance race for these guys. Last week we had Scott Fenton had victory over at Suzuka in Japan. So all I'm going to say is good evening, good afternoon or good morning, depending on where you are watching us from. I'm your host for this evening, as per usual, in the commentary box, Hoppers. And yes, it is going to be exciting. I cannot wait to see what will happen this week. Last week was spectacular, and hopefully everyone is going to make it here this evening. As I say, it is going to be absolutely fantastic to see and potentially have one of the most amazing. It is home of, obviously, like I say, the Hungarian Grand Prix. It will be spectacular to see. So I'll go through the points and then we'll see what's happening within qualifying. I believe over in qualifying we will have potentially, well, I think it's the race actually. During the race it will go from daytime to potentially night time, so it'll be interesting to see what happens within the evening of racing. So yes, I will get the points and we'll go through them, and then we'll see who's here as well. So first place is Scott Fenton after his spectacular win at Suzuka. He got 20 points. He is here, he's in the Audi R8. We'll just see if he's actually on track. Yes, he is. He's here on track in the green, and I think it's green and grey, or green and black. Just correct me if I'm wrong, but he's in the Audi R8. Then you have Chris Cleaver in the Mercedes Silver Carter. She's here, Silver Carter 87. He's second fastest at the moment in qualifying. Then we have, I believe it is Dylan Curtin, who is here in the Porsche. Chris Cleaver's on 17 points. Then Chris Dillon rather, he's on 15. And then you've got Ben Smith, who should be entering. He is on 13 points. Then you have Doug Idle, who's third fastest. Well, he was third fastest, he's now fourth fastest. He is on 11 points in the red and yellow Mercedes AMG. Then you have Dean Axington, I believe. Dean is on 10 points. I believe it's Dean, I'm not too sure, just bear with me. No, it's not, sorry. It's Terry, sorry, got mixed up, sorry Terry, if you're watching the stream. Terry Atkinson, I believe he's here. Yeah, there he is, just coming into pit lane, so apologies mate. He's on 10 points. Then you have Craig Kerr on 9 points. Then you have Dan Wyatt in another McLaren. I believe that is Diddy, he's here, yes. He is on 8 points. Then you have Chris Richardson, who's unfortunately going to be missing the series because of personal issues and obviously work commitments. He's on 7, so the Jaguar will not be present this evening as Dan goes out of pit lane. Then you have Jack Evans, aka JWE. He's on 6 points. Then you have Love Mecca, aka Love Frequency, that is here in the Lexus. I believe he's on track at the moment. He's on 5 points. Then you have John Riley, the series organiser and the series admin for the ACC, as we see Love Frequency there just coming back on track. John Riley is on 4 points. Massive shout out to of course Andy White, that is racing this evening. He's in the Aston Martin. He makes his debut this evening. And then of course Jason Grant in the other McLaren there. So we'll see what's happening now with qualifying, and we'll see what happens during the race as well. I'm looking forward to it. As I say, it is the second round of the Eldar Sim racing Assetto Corsa Competizione, so it'll be interesting to see what happens within the time frames, and also the racing, because the racing, I believe it goes from day to night, so it'll be interesting to see what happens within certain times. So obviously you've got I believe Dylan so far with the fastest lap of qualifying with a 1:45.7, and obviously Silver Carter is 0.9 seconds behind him. And then obviously Scott Fenton there with 1.5 seconds behind. And then you've got Terence with 1.8 seconds behind. Then you've got Doug, which is coming down to the front straight. I'll have a look at the times if I can. So far the fastest time there is obviously Dylan with a 1:45.7. Then you have Scott Fenton with 1:45.9. Then you have Silver Carter with a 1:46.6. then you have Terence with a 1:47.6. they have Doug Idle with a 1:50.9, and then Dan with a 1:52.2. so it'll be interesting to see what happens with these guys. I believe GT Racer, I believe that is forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong, but I believe this is a new guy to me in the Nissan GTR. It is Rodor, so I'm going to call him Rodor for now because I can't pronounce his first name, so apologies if I can't pronounce your first name. But yeah, Rodor in the Nissan GTR, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. He's obviously in the Nissan GTR, and I must admit, it is probably the first time we've seen a Nissan on track. So yeah, we've got just coming up to 40 minutes of qualifying remaining until we get underway for racing, and it should be spectacular, and it should be a good night of racing. As I say, it's going from day to night, so it will be interesting to see what happens with the day to night situation, and we will see within the next couple of moments. You know, that's probably even better. It's actually sorted it out so the track isn't in the middle. So there we go, that might make it a lot easier. So I hope that is easier. I hope you can hear me loud and clear as well. So if you can't, please let me know on stream, and sit back, grab a drink and enjoy a top class night of racing from the Eldar Sim Assetto Corsa Competizione League, live and exclusive on the Eldar Sim Racing YouTube channel. And be sure to be checking out Eldar Sim Racing on Facebook. We do have an array of championships as we speak, so it is interesting to see what is going on. I believe Dylan in the Porsche is here. Yes, he is. So I believe so hopefully John Riley will make it He had wheel issues last week. I don't think he wasn't very happy. So you've got Dylan in first place, followed by Scott Fenton at the moment, and then Chris Cleaver, and then Terry, and then obviously Doug Idle, and then obviously Love Frequency and Dan. Then you've got Jason Grant, and of course Rodo, and of course Jack Evans, and of course Andy White. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this evening. We have an array of GT cars. We'll see what is going on. I believe we'll see what happens during qualifying, well, during the race as well. And you know, it's exciting to see, because this league is it's in its third season, and you know, it's already looking likely that Dylan, the reigning champion of the league, as Terence comes out of pit lane there, is already running away with the championship. But he's only, like I say, he's only, you know, he's a bit far in the table at the moment. But we'll see what goes on. I'm just going to quickly double check. Yeah, he's in third place at the moment. Is Dylan in the championship? But you know, if he does really well here tonight, you know, he could leapfrog the likes of Scott Fenton and of course Chris Cleaver, and it will be interesting to see how many people are going to be taking it guns blazing over here in the Hungaroring. It is actually quite a nice track, don't get me wrong. And you know, it'll be amazing to see what happens. So yeah, I'm quite happy now that I've managed to get a proper view, so I don't have the map in the middle of the stream. So we'll go through fastest lap times. So Dylan so far has done a 141.9, well 144, sorry, 0.9. Yes, he's closely followed by Scott Fenton, the Irishman. We'll see what they're doing. So the sectors here. So Scott Fenton's still done a 145.9. You've got Silver Carter still with that 146.6. You've got Terence with 147.6. You've got Bluefin, aka Jason Grunt, with a 148.3. Then you have I believe, yeah, you have do apologise about that. You do have Rodor with a 149.5 in the Nissan GTR. Then Doug Idle in the Mercedes, the red and yellow machine, with a 149.8. Then you have Love Frequency in the Lexus with 152.1, and then you have Diddy with a 152.233, and then Jack Evans, and of course Andy White, I believe. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. Are also out, I believe they're out on track. JWE still in pit lane, but we'll see what's going to happen. As I say, we've got just under 35 minutes remaining until qualifying starts. So not qualifying, the race. Sorry, this is qualifying. Yeah, I do apologise, guys. But yeah, until the race starts, it's going to be interesting. As I say, during the race, it's going to go from day to night. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, I've raced in this league myself, just as a one-off last season, last round at Monza, and it is a fantastic series. I do like it myself, especially with the array of GT cars. So it will be interesting to see what happens. You've got Rodo 6th fastest at the moment with the Nissan GTR. What a nice car that is. It's a nice sounding car as well. All the cars are very nice. They're all coloured up and very nicely as well. So you've got Dylan in first place so far, with Scott Fenton in pit lane as well, with Jack Evans there. You've got, I believe, You've got Dan coming down into pit lane, yes, but we'll focus what's going on track with Silver Carter, and we'll see what he can do. Obviously it's going to be hard to judge what times they do because we don't have the timing up for these guys, but we'll see on the lap times when we go and have a look in a moment or two. You've got Terence chasing down Silver Carter at the moment for third place in qualifying, and then you've got Jason Grunt who's in pit lane at the moment. You've got Rodo in 6th, then you've got Doug Idle in pit lane. Low Frequency in the Lexus, wondering what he's going to do tonight. He's going to be a force to be reckoned for, and we'll see what's going on up and down pit lane, and we'll enjoy the racing this evening. It will be spectacular to see, and it will be amazing. So what will happen for this evening during the Assetto Corsa Competizione, the ESR League, for this evening? As I say, it is going to be interesting, it is going to be top notch, and hopefully it will be spectacular. I cannot wait to see what is going on. I'm looking forward to the race, and most importantly I'm looking forward to seeing the battles between Scott Fenton and of course Chris Cleaver. From last week they were battles galore. They had a bit of an issue, but I don't think it was actually a major issue. I just think it was just one of them. It was it was technically a racing incident. So hopefully this evening we can get amazing races. Well, amazing race should I say, because there is only one race. It is a 50-minute race as well, so it will be interesting. We'll go through the lap times and we'll go through who starts where on the grid very shortly. So we've got Terence here in the McLaren. It is a beautiful coloured McLaren, I must admit. It is going to be quite amazing to see what happens with these guys. You've got Terence in the McLaren. You've got a few McLarens. You've got Jason Grant there out on track at the moment. He's 5th fastest at the moment. We'll see what he can do though, whether he's going to be whether he'll go faster or not, we'll see. But he's 5th fastest at the moment as Doug Idle comes out of pit lane and Dan joins him out on pit lane. You've got Andy White there in the Aston Martin. It's going to be amazing to see what happens within these guys here. We'll see what pit stop strategies they do as well, and I believe don't know whether he stopped on track or not, but it's just gone back in the pit lane. You've got Rodo 7th fastest so far in qualifying. Then you'll have Doug Idle. I believe he's just letting everyone past at the moment. He's in that beautiful red and yellow and of course white Mercedes. He had a good battle with Ben Smith last week, and I believe Doug is looking forward to a good night of racing, as we all are here on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. If you like what you see here guys, like, comment and subscribe, you know what to do. You've got Low Frequency, the American, 9th fastest at the moment. Then you've got Dan, who's 10th fastest. Then obviously Jack Evans, aka JWE, so far 11th fastest at the moment. But it'll be interesting to see what these guys can do. Obviously you've got a handful of McLarens, and you've got about 4 McLarens. You've got 3 Mercedes, 1 Audi, 1 Porsche, 1 Aston Martin, and of course 1 Nissan GTR, and of course 1 Lexus. So it'll be spectacular to see what happens. I believe we'll see what Silver Carter, aka Chris Cleaver, can do at the moment. He's 3rd fastest going into that bit of the turn there. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, as I say. And anything can happen in this league, as we know from last week at Suzuka. But hopefully it's all good to go. I believe Ben Smith has just entered the lobby, so he's just probably just about to load in. I believe that would be Ben Smith, or is it John Riley? Or it's going to be a bit hard to know because I believe John Riley's also in a Ferrari. But yes, it is Ben Smith. There you go. It is Ben Smith in the Ferrari. So he's in the number 11 Ferrari. I must remember John is in a silver Ferrari. So we will see what's going on, but at the moment we'll go through the times for now. In first place still at the moment is Dylan with 1:44.9. Then you have Scott Fenton, who's currently sitting in pit lane with a 1:45.9, as I say. Then you've got Silver Carter, aka Chris Cleaver, with a 1:46.6. You have Terrence with a 1:47.6. Then you have Jason Grant with a 1:48.3. Love Frequency, 6th fastest now in that Lexus. He's done with 1:48.7. And then you have Andy White, aka Biggin, with a 1:49.4. Then you have Rodo in the Nissan GTR with a 1:49.5. And then you have Doug Idle in that Mercedes with a 1:49.8. Then you have Dan with a 1:52.2 at the moment, and I believe Jack and of course Ben Smith have not set a benchmark as of yet, but we'll see what goes on. And it should be a good night of racing, as I say. But I believe Ben's out on track actually. Yes, he is. He's out on track at the moment in his beautiful Ferrari. I believe Ben enjoys this league. It's looking like he is. And we'll see what happens. But at the moment it's going to look really close, and it's going to be really exciting to see what goes on this evening at the Hungaroring. And it will be spectacular to see what happens. But we'll go through a lot of the action throughout the evening. It is going to be interesting. And yes, it is the first time qualifying has actually managed to be streamed, because previously we've had issues getting qualifying streamed for the within the lobby, but we are, as I say, live and exclusive on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel, so it will be exciting to see what happens with these guys, and potentially we'll see who can bring the gap to Dylan in that beautiful Porsche. Whether Scott Fenton can repeat his success of Suzuka will be yet to be known, but I believe at the moment Dylan is out on track in that Porsche. Yes, he is. He's just gone across the rumble strip there. We'll see what goes on. It'll be amazing to see with these guys with their racing, and obviously calibre of racing. You know, the Eldar Sim Racing League is one of the best, I must admit. You know, I enjoy being part of it by doing commentary and occasional racing. So if you like what you see for the Assetto Corsa Competizione League, as of tomorrow, you've got the GR2s at Bathurst. That will be the JTCC, the Japanese Touring Car Championship, hosted by none other than Christian Swire. He will be doing obviously racing in that, and it will also be at the beautiful Mount Panorama at Bathurst tomorrow, and you'll have yours truly, aka me, Hoppers, taking over from Darren in the comments box as of tomorrow for a one-off. So I won't be out on track racing tomorrow. I will be doing the comms. Then on Friday, I believe we will have, as we do have a comment. Okay, mate, thanks for letting me know, Doug. I will swap headsets. Thank you for letting me know, mate. I will sort that out now, thank you. Okay, we'll try this, see what happens. Just let me know if it comes back. So sorry about that, guys. I appear to have a bit of issues with my headset at the moment, but if it carries on, I will try and sort it out for qualifying. Not the qualifying, race, sorry. But yeah, if it happens, just let me know and we'll sort it out. So as I was saying, you've got the Porsche Caymans as of Friday. That'll be the last rounds at Dragon Trails Gardens with me, Hoppers, doing the commentary as well, and then you have obviously the Eldar and British Touring Cars, and also you'll have the Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs Clios, but the Clios have finished their season for now, and it should be very interesting for the Porsche Caymans as well as the BTCC. And we'll see what is happening. So just bear with me 1 second while I just try and listen on the stream and see what my headset is doing, just in case. Okay mate, I'll try and swap another headset and I'll see what I can do. Just bear with me 2 ticks, guys. Just bear with while I try and swap headsets and we'll see what we can do from there. Okay. Try this. What about this one? Is it any better? Bear with me 1, 2 ticks, guys. I'm just in the process of sorting it out. Let's see if this works without the buzzing. I do apologise if it's annoying and frustrating. I may look into getting a new headset at some point. It could be, because it might be on charge, I'm not too sure, but hopefully you can hear me now correctly. So as I say, I do apologise if any sound was picked up, buzzing noise. So as I say, so far in qualifying we do have, we'll go through the times as the yellow flag. Not too sure where it is, but so far we have Dylan with a 144.9, then you have Scott Fenton with 145.9, and then you have Silver Carter with a 140. 146.2. Then you have Ben Smith up into 4th place at the moment with 147.4. They have Terry with a 147.6. And they have Bluefin with a 148.3. They have Biggin with a 148.5. Then you have Doug Idle with a 148.6. You have Love Frequency in the Lexus with 148.7, and then obviously Rodor with a 148.9, and then you have Jack with a 149.6, then you have Dan with a 150.6. So we'll see what's going on. I hope you guys can all hear me correctly and all well now. As I say, I do apologise for any issues. So we'll see what's going on track. Hopefully the buzzing has stopped, but we'll see what's going on within. It will be interesting to see. So as Ismail says, go Gamery, go Andy White, so we will see what happens. He is so far in 7th place in qualifying at the moment. I hope the headset isn't playing up too much now, guys. As I say, I do apologise for any technical difficulties on my end. So, as I say, we've just got 16 minutes, 10 seconds remaining of qualifying, and then we'll get kick-started into the 50 minutes race. It will be a 50-minute race, and there'll be lots of pit stops, there'll be lots of strategy as well, and it will be interesting to see what happens. I'm just going to go and get some water, and I'll leave you guys with bits of qualifying, and I'll come back and hopefully we'll see what happens within the time. So I will catch you guys in a moment or two. I'm going to try this one again, Doug, because this one seems to be better, but if it's buzzing, just let me know, mate, and I'll try and sort it out as I can. Don't worry about it, you're not being a pain, mate, it's fine. It happens. But thanks for letting me know, bud. So as I was saying, guys, yes, we have got to qualifying. We are 11 minutes 44 away till qualifying ends, and then we'll see what happens within the race, the 50-minute race itself. It will be interesting to see, and hopefully you can all hear me, and hopefully everything goes well to plan. So just bear with me 1 second while I take a sip of my drink. So hopefully you can hear me. I believe the buzzing has stopped. I'm not too sure, but if it hasn't, I do apologise. I will try and see what I can do. Oh. Bear with. Darren, I am so sorry, mate. I thought I get confused. Sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. It's good I should have known it was you. I do apologise, mate. Honestly, I'm not with it. Sorry, man. I feel tight now. But yeah, hopefully it stopped, mate. As I say, that's okay, because I might have sorted it out, but I do apologise, mate. Yet again, getting your name wrong. Just slap me with a wet fish or something. But yeah, as I say, guys, we have got 9 minutes 13 until qualifying ends. So far, I'll go through the times if I can. But yes, you've got Dylan currently on pole position with a 1:44.9. He's still got that time there, and got Scott Fenton in second place with 1:45.9. Then you have Silver Carter on a 1:46.2. Then you have Terrence, who's up into fourth with a 1:46.9, and then you have Ben Smith in fifth place with 1:47.3. Then you have, I won't stress, mate, don't worry, it's me, it's like I'm not with it, mate, but we'll be fine. But Ben Smith so far fifth fastest with 1:47.3. Then you've got Jason Grant with 1:48.3. Then you have Andy White with a 1:48.5, and then you will have Doug Idle with a 1:48.6. and you have Rodor, wherever he's. I need to stop clicking on people's gamer tags because it's loading up their profile. He's Rodo with a 1:48.6, and then you have Low Frequency with 1:48.7. Then you have Jack with a 1:48.762. Then you have Dan with a 1:50.6. So we've got 7 minutes 25 remaining until the race actually gets underway. As I say, it is air temperature is 24 degrees, so it's quite warm over in Hungary, and the track temperature is also 24 degrees, so it'll be interesting to see whether the track temperature changes during the race. And we have got just under 7 minutes to go until we kick-start the race this evening. This is round 2 of the Eldar Sim Racing League, the Assetto Corsa competition. But it should be interesting, it should be exciting, and you know, I like this league. It's absolutely amazing. I'll tell you this, I am looking forward to seeing what happens in the race. You've got the number 8 machine of Scott Fenton in the Audi R8. I believe that's the LMS model. It's quite nice. It's got a V10 engine, and I believe the Lamborghini Huracan that also runs in this series. I don't think anyone actually runs a Lamborghini at the moment, but it has the same engine from that. You've got Silver Carter, Chris Cleaver, still 3rd fastest at the moment. Oh no, he's not. He's now gone 2nd fastest, should I say. Sorry about that, guys. He's 2nd fastest at the moment. Then you've got Scott Fenton, followed by Terry, followed by Ben Smith, and then of course Andy White, and of course Jason Grant, and of course Doug Idle, and of course Rodo, and of course Love Frequency, and of course Jack, and of course Dan. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen. Jason Grant's gone 5th fastest at the moment, just overtaking Ben Smith in that Ferrari. John Riley unfortunately is not going to be taking part this evening. Some personal issues have come up, so he's not going to be taking part, so we will not be seeing the silver Ferrari this evening, but hopefully John will be back for next week. It will be interesting. Most of the guys are now going into pit lane with just under, I believe just under 5 minutes now until qualifying does end, but it will be interesting and it will be battles galore, hopefully. And like I say, it will be the first time qualifying is actually taking place on the stream, and it will be amazing to see. As I say, it is going to be fantastic, and we will have a good lineup of 12 cars, so a good strong field of 12 GT cars. At the moment, looking at Doug Idle's beautiful yellow and red and white Mercedes. He's sporting a bit of damage. I don't know whether he'd gone off or not, but he's sporting a bit of damage at the front end. His bonnet's a bit flapping at the moment, but we shall see what happens. We've got Rodo in that red GTR, the Nissan GTR at the moment, but it is going to be exciting. We've got 3 minutes 48 on the clock until qualifying ends, so most of the guys are sitting in pit lane, probably just looking at what the others are doing and constantly probably planning their action and probably strategies for the race itself. But yes, it is going to be amazing to see. You've got Dylan still on pole position at the moment, so that green Porsche is on pole position, and it is going to be exciting to see what happens. You know, it is going to be very interesting with just 3 minutes to go until qualifying ends, but we'll see what happens. Terence in the Mercedes, not the Mercedes, the McLaren, just come back onto track in front of Dan there, but you've got the 720 car 12th fastest at the moment, and then you've got Jack, the 721 McLaren in pit lane. You've got Love Frequency in pit lane. You've got Rodo still 9th fastest at the moment. You've got Doug Idle in 8th, then you've got Andy White in 7th, followed by Ben Smith in 6th, Jason Grant 5th, Terence in 4th, then you've got Scott Fenton 3rd, Chris Cleaver in 2nd place, and then you've got Dylan in 1st place in the Porsche but it will be exciting with 2 minutes 7 remaining on the clock. It's, as I say, it'll be really, really exciting for the race this evening. It is 50 minutes. It is going to go from daylight conditions to potentially nighttime conditions, and we'll see what happens in the race. So yeah, I'm just going to have a couple of minutes and recharge my batteries and potentially just get ready for the race itself this evening, and we'll catch up in a moment or two. Okay guys, sorry about that, just get a quick drink. So it's got 20 seconds before qualifying ends. It will be interesting. Dylan's still on pole position at the moment, unless Chris Cleaver can do, as qualifying has come to an end. So Chris Cleaver is second. Dylan is on provisional pole position unless Scott Fenton can. No, he hasn't gone faster, but we'll see what Ben Smith can do. He's actually on a flyer here. We'll see what happens unless Ben can overtake these guys. But you've got so far Dylan on pole position, followed by Chris Cleaver. Then you've got Scott Fenton. Ben Smith is fourth. Then you've got Terence, who's fifth. You've got Jason Grant, who's sixth. Andy White, who's seventh. Then you've got, I believe, you've got as the session has ended there, so we shall see what goes on. You've got Dylan, Chris, Scott, Ben, Terence, Jason, Andy, then you've got Rodo, and then Doug, then you've got Love Mecca, then you've got Jack, and of course Dan rounding up the field. But we'll see what happens in the race. It's going to be spectacular to see what happens. Like I say, it is 50 minutes. And it is going from daytime to the evening. It will be exciting, and I cannot wait for sure to see what happens within the race. You know, it'll be very, very much street. I can't even pronounce it, but it will have a lot of strategy, and it will technically be part of. Obviously 50 minutes will seem like an eternity for these guys, but it will also see what happens. So you've got Porsche versus Mercedes versus Audi, Ferrari, then you've got the two McLarens, then you've got a Aston Martin versus a Nissan GTR, and you've got a Mercedes versus Lexus, and then two McLarens rounding up the field. So as I say, it will be interesting, and the race will begin to unwind, but we'll see what goes on within the time frame. But obviously, like I say, it's 50 minutes, so anything can happen. It's a long race, and it will be spectacular to see. So we have got I believe the race will be starting in 1 minute 53 seconds, so we have got a bit of time, so I'll be back in a moment or two. Okay guys, so we've got 45 seconds until the race starts, so until we get the green flag. So we shall see what goes on here on the Eldar Sim YouTube channel with the Assetto Corsa Competizione League, live and exclusive from the Hungaroring in Hungary. This is round 2 of the Eldar Sim Racing Series. So 20 seconds to go till the green flag. So engines are firing up now, getting ready. Cars are dropping off the jacks, so we'll see what goes on in 3, 2, 1, and the race is about to start. So we have got, I believe at the moment, we've got Dylan from Silver Carter just leading him round to the final turn, and the green flag from the back of the field is going to wave, and the lights are going to turn to green any moment as we get ready for a start now. And it's about to go. Lights have turned to green there. Let's see what happens with these guys heading into turn number 1 there. But I believe we've got Dylan followed by Scott Fenton at the moment, followed by so we've got Dylan followed by Scott Fenton, and then you've got Silver Carter and of course Ben Smith. So let's see what happens. Just bear with me 1 second. I don't know what's happened here. Just give me a second guys, I've got a few technical difficulties on my end, so bear with 1 second. I'll catch up in a minute. I believe there's been an issue on my end, so